if you'd like to contribute to the prize pool. Both players are ready to go for game 1, so let's get it underway. Best of luck to both players in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris! Ron is saying, why isn't there a Daisy emote? I want to spam a Daisy to help Masy. Feels bad, man. Gotta support my CTW brethren. Good question. Not the CEO of emotes, unfortunately, but it should be something that needs to be investigated into immediately. I agree with that. Both players are underway here, and already in a drought of a long bar to start off. It's going to be a 21-piece drought before Tristop and Masy can get that Tetris there. Both are currently on 71,000 points. Tetris again for Tristop. And a little bit of a tough board for Masy, but should be able to get this done in a handful of line clears. Tristop on 140, Masy 77,000, still digging through this board. And Masy gets the well back open, still has 2 more lines to burn to get the well back open, maybe 3 to get that hole uncovered. Does so. Now is Tetris ready? Long bar waiting. There it is. Tetris for Masy. Now up to 113 with a clean board. Tristop leading by a Tetris and a half on 147. Tetris for Tristop. $193 now for Tristop, $159 for Masy, so a Tetris and a half lead still here, both with clean boards. Masy going to get a couple single burns to level off the board slightly, make it easier to place and accommodate every piece on the board, which, of course, is always a good thing, unless you're a masochist and you hate having nice board control and you always want to be suffering, which I wouldn't guarantee that both of these players are. I think both would like to have their boards good and not bad. 263 for Tristop, 207 for Masy. As both are in another drought. 26 before that long bar arrives. Tetris for Masy and Tetris for Tristop here. Tristop now with a 2.5 Tetris lead. Masy's going to knock that down to 1.5 with the Tetris. And Tetris for Tristop, 314 to 256 now. Let me flip around Tristop's camera so that it's facing the board. I like when it does. I like when it's facing the board. There we go. There we go. That is good. That looks nice. Whoop. I keep forgetting that it's in a group. There we go. Now that looks much better. And we have a $25.46 contribution from Ron. Thank you. We're up to, of course. Of course. I was wondering why it was such a specific number. Now we're up to $325.69 to the Matcherino prize pool for Season 26. I couldn't expect anything more of a specific contribution from Ron. Thanks, Ron, for your contribution. It's much appreciated. I'm sure the players appreciate it, and of course the viewers are going to appreciate it for the haha 6ix9ine funny XD. If that was coincidence, then wow. I'm sure it's not. It's Ron, but yeah. 478 for Tristop, 402 for Masy. Yeah, hey now, exactly. Tristop crossing the 500,000 mark now, getting another Tetris down there, 78% Tetris rate. Great stuff, 17 lines to go in level 18, 16 for Masy. Tetris for Tristop going to 546. I also believe this is my first time restreaming both of these players, which is cool. awesome. Always great to cross off more top players off the list of victims of the AdamIrish experience. Insinuating that it looks like a detrimental thing to your career to be restreamed by me. Anyone who's restreamed will experience immense suffering for the rest of their days. Tetris for Masy to go to 544, and that will be their transition score going in to level 19 for Masy there. Well, Tristop is on 615 going into level 19 here. Masy 570, Tristop 641. Tetris for Masy to go to 595, Tristop 666. Spooky going into level 20 here, both players on level 20. And Masy can't get the long bar into that left-sided column there, column 1. Still able to get a Tetris there, brings it down enough to where he'll be able to try again here. 678 for Tristop, 627 for Masy. Gets a dirty Tetris there on row number 2. Now up to 654, 706 for Tristop, still holding 2 Tetris lead there. Both players Tetris ready on similar board heights as well, waiting for that long bar to come down. There it is, Tetris for Tristop. Masy still waiting. Takes a double, will be able to get the well back open with that single with the T-piece. Tetris for Masy to go to 689, level 22 now. Tristop in a little bit of a drought, but able to get that long bar in time. Masy gets the well back open with that long bar, and another long bar for the Tetris. 721 to 794. And just like the other day when we did a stream for Thursday, if we can get the Matcherino up to $400, then what we'll do is I'll commentate a game in the Irish accent. You know the Irish accent. The super cool, ultra, mega patriotic Irish accent that everyone knows and loves. It's the only thing keeping me relevant. Tristop getting a triple there, but now we're pretty much even between both players. Just 4,000 separating them. Masy has a couple of T-spins, set up a nice tuck and spin with that S-piece. We'll have a couple holes in the stack, but not nearly as much as there was. Tristop's on 824, Masy 824 as well. It's so close. Not even 0.01 Tetris is separating them. It's just 140 points. Tetris for Tristop. Masy is Tetris ready as well. It's going to be a dirty Tetris on row 2. Masy is looking for that long bar. Needs the long bar. Takes a double there. Gets the board down more bearable. But now gets a couple of bad pieces and tops out at 831. Tristop 868 will take game number 1 there. GG's. Let's count this down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Oh, silly me. I forgot to do a prediction. Again. Well, I did a prediction for the last game, but I forgot to do one for this one. Crucify me. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. There you go. Your precious channel points shall become mere pawns for the prediction game, if you so wish. Oh my god! We have a $500 contribution. Thank you so much. My goodness. My goodness me. That has taken me completely by surprise. I did not expect that. Thank you so much, Scott Gray, for the $500 contribution to the prize pool. Unbelievable. That's a round of applause. And that, of course, means, you know what? For the rest, after this sentence, for the rest of the match, I shall do the commentary. Oh no, Masy! If he can get out of this dig, then that means that the commentary shall be a lot more Irish, and for a lot more longer couldn't get the long bar over, tops out 65,000. A cahar, a tree, a door, a hen, Tetris. For those of you who didn't understand what I just said, I counted down from 5 to 1 in the greatest language that the world has ever seen, the Irish language. Oscuelga. And oh no, Tristop, what are you doing here? That is not what we like to call good, but I suppose it's low enough on the board to where it's a bit more manageable. And Masy's in the same situation. What is this board? What is this seed that I have bestowed upon these players? It seems to happen every time. People always talk about what's that person called? The Colin seeds, I think. People always talk about those, but every time Ultra AdamIrish comes on, seems to just be a disaster. Anyway, both players have recovered, thank the Lord above, but that was a bit scary to me, especially because someone decided that $500 was a good price to pay for this expert commentary. 101,000 for Masy, 98,000 for Tristop, as both players have recovered from an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster of a board. It's even more of a disaster than that pint of Guinness that I was served the other day. Didn't even have the cream at the top. Like, it was just complete and utter tar. It's a disaster. We have Chen in the chat saying, "Come on, sweep." Now, the only thing that I'll be sweeping today is the floor of my bar. That's about it. The floor of my bar in my village. And of course, if you know about the lore, my village has a population of -2. It's so unpopulated that it's actually in the negatives. But sure, that means it's the 6th most populated place in Ireland. 215 for Tristop, 196 for Masy here. Masy kind of sounds like Daisy, which reminds me of the sheepdog that I have called Daisy. She can't herd sheep at all. It's a shame, but she's still the sheepdog anyway, because I don't have a replacement, because the nearest dog for adoption is 500 miles away, 500 kilometers away, so forget about it. 248 for Tristop, 245 for Masy. Nothing separating these two. Masy will take the lead with that Tetris. Tristop is looking to set up. And is set up for the Tetris there. And there's the Tetris for Tristop. 716 is on 274. That's not 716. 315 for Masy. Tetris for Masy there, going up to 338,000 points. I'm also getting a bit worried because this accent is becoming less and less thick and becoming more of one of those Dublin accents, which is horrible. Someone please save me from this disaster. I don't want to sound like a Dubliner. As long as I can still pronounce the word right correctly, then I'll be in a decent situation. Oh no, Tristop, what are you doing? Tristop gets the long bar over for a Tetris, but this board isn't looking the best. Gonna have to get some burns. Gonna have to get some burns done to sort this out. Although I'm sure he'll be okay. Oh no, hangs the long bar. Gets a flat burn. Has the well back open, gets the long bar over, takes a triple. That'll bring it down to a more manageable position, I believe. Let's see if Masy can take advantage of the situation that Tristop has found himself in. Tetris waiting in row 2 for Tristop, and there's a good recovery. Well done. Ooh, la boss. That's what we would say in Ireland to that. Ooh, la boss, which literally kind of translates into a round of applause. But I think literally translates into something a bit more poetic. Would anyone in the chat like an Irish lesson? A lesson for Gaeilge, which is, of course, the language of Ireland. If anyone would like to know anything about our beautiful language, Everyone in the world should be speaking it, quite frankly. If it was up to me, the whole world would be speaking it. Masy transitions 505 to level 19. And Tristop is on 454 on level 19 now, but Masy holding a 4 Tetris lead. Tetris for Masy. 581, Tristop 482. Both players with clean boards at the moment. Stacking very well. Tetris for Masy and Tetris for Tristop. Another Tetris for both players. 96,000 points separating them right now. And while that 500 contribution was absolutely out of this world from Scott, if you would like to contribute yourself, you can use the Matcherino command, ! Matcherino, and you can contribute yourself to the cause of the players. So at the end they can receive some nice pocket money to put away for safekeeping after they finish this season. 599 for Tristop, 748 for Masy. Tetris for Masy and Tetris for Tristop, both with clean boards at the moment, level 23. 807 now for Masy going into 24, both players on level 24 now. A nice tucks and adjustments there for Masy. Tetris for Masy, 867. Tristop, 694, with a bit of digging to do. Gets the well back open. Both players are awaiting that Tetris. They're desperate. They're desperate for the Tetris, and there's a Tetris for Tristop. And another Tetris for Tristop. And this game is starting to get a bit spicy here, as now we're waiting for level 29 to arrive. 796 for Tristop, 976 for Masy. Masy is Tetris ready. This Tetris could see 1,000,000 points being crossed for Masy, and there it is, Tetris for Masy, and that is what I have been advised to call a max out. Again, of course, I have no idea. I mean, I don't commentate that often. I'm just a farmer from Ireland, you know, and I'm forced into here, and occasionally if the people decide to contribute to the prize pool, I'm just advised by what the other person, who everyone says sounds American, tells me what to say. 1,053 for Masy, 935 for Tristop. Tetris again for Tristop. Masy goes to 1,094 into kill screen, but that is going to be it for Masy. Tops out at 1,094. Tristop in a chase down. Target score is 1.095 million. Oh, and Tristop hangs the long bar and can't get it over and tops out at 979, not even a max out. Which means that Masy survives and takes game number 3. A tree, a doe, a hen, Tetris. What is that? You want me to promote a... What is it? What is a Tetris boss battles? I don't know what that is. It's your show, okay. I've been advised by the other person, the other AdamIrish, to advise that he has something called Tetris boss battles on August the 10th, 9 o'clock UTC. Who's doing it? It's a mystery. Oh well. That's on. Apparently it's for charity and all that thing, so if you're interested in that, then you can go right ahead and go to that, I suppose. It's on the AdamIrish channel, so it's going to be pretty nice. Masy is in a bit of difficulty here, an unfortunate placement of the T-piece that didn't really work out that well. But gonna have some good adjustments here, good tucks, to be able to get this board in better shape. Nice double there. Tristop leading on 115,000, 77,000 for Masy there. And Tristop taking the single there, taking a skim of the board. Speaking of skim, you know, I much prefer skimmed milk over that that high in fat milk that sometimes the milkman brings over to the farm. I do like my fat-free milk, you know, healthy, good for the heart, good for the heart. 212,000 for Tristop, 174 for Masy. A Tetris there for Masy, 196,000 points. Tristop, 237. I also find it incredibly interesting that any time that the Irish commentary has been offered, we've gotten a ridiculous amount of donations to the Matcherino. It makes me think that some people only come here just to hear the Irish accent, which is great. I love to hear that. I love to see that. Incredible. It can't surely be just out of the goodness of people's hearts or anything. No, it's only because of me. Seems legitimate. Masy is covering the well here, but gonna be able to get the pieces back down. And there we go. Nod of the head to show Masy's approval of that board and get the Tetris at the end of it. And another Tetris for Masy there. Tuck for Tristop with the T-piece is also Tetris ready. Tetris for Tristop there. And another Tetris back to back. Going up to 399, 3.5 Tetris lead over Masy on 330, now on 339, was on 316. Nice Z spin there for Masy. And a Tetris for Masy. Masy gets a double to open back up the well as Tristop gets another Tetris to go with a 4.5 Tetris lead. Tristop 490, Masy 390. Both players with a clean board. Tristop with a Tetris to go to 413. And a Tetris for Tristop there. And another Tetris. This Tetris is all around. An 85% Tetris rate here for Tristop. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Tetris for Masy going up to 459. And I tell you what, if Tetris ability was the equivalent of farming ability, then both of these players would be the greatest farmers that Ireland would have ever seen. Oh, Tristop hanging along, or not a long bar, an O piece there, a square piece. This is not looking great for Masy. Does get a single there, but needs to get these pieces over to the left and right. Directional, a nice double there. Masy should be okay from this point if the pieces cooperate. Tristop on 631, Masy 473. Masy still surviving here. Now can put that long bar into column 8 to open back up column 7. That double there with the L piece will work, with the J piece will work. Masy goes to level 19 and 486. Tristop's on 655 and will get another Tetris to go to 679. And Masy is getting this dug down here. This is absolutely unbelievable here. Incredible, Masy gets the well back open. Won't be able to score a Tetris, but now should be able to, providing the pieces work out here. Which they're not quite doing right now, I will say that. Say that much. The pieces are being a bit mean. Bit mean to poor Masy. Oh no, couldn't get the J piece all the way over there. But does get the Tetris, had the well back open. Tetris for Tristop going to 743. 530 for Masy here. 7 Tetris lead now for Tristop. 214,000 points. Tetris for Masy here to go to 558, now 586. Level 22. Another Tetris for Masy goes to 615. And a Tetris for Tristop there. Another Tetris for Tristop. $833, Masy 647. Tetris for Tristop to go to 872, Masy 657. 6.5, now 7.5. Tetris is behind as Tristop gets another Tetris to go to 903. Tristop has a long bar dependency back open there. Does get the long bar for it, which opens back up the well. Tristop is Tetris ready. And there's the long bar Tetris for Tristop going to 844. 8 Tetrises ahead. My goodness. 945 now. Tristop now on 977. 770 for Masy here. Both players on level 27 now. Tristop gets a max out, goes to 1.01. 241,000 point lead here. Govora Gia Urin. Wee Hisla Gia. That's some Irish there if you don't know what I said. I said thank the Lord. Which is something we say a lot over here in Ireland. Masy's now on kill screen at 830. Can't get anything over. Trying to save this board. Can't do so. Tops out. Oh no, Masy. Tops out at 830. Tristop 1.13 million. Will take game number 4. And with that, we'll win 3-1. So how was that? $500 well spent, Scott? Thank you so much for that $500 contribution. My God. That is incredible. Here, a couple of S pieces and a long bar to start off for both players, which of course confirms that we are on the same seed, which is always great, always nice, always wonderful. Nice adjustment there and tuck with that L piece for Tugi. Neko is going to get the first Tetris of this match. Tugi is Tetris ready, waiting for that long bar to drop down here. And Tugi's still waiting. Both players are going to be in a little bit of a drought here, but both are going to hold out long enough for the long bar. Tetris for Neko and Tetris for Tugi. Neko is going to have the early lead here on 46,000 points. Tugi on 28. Tetris for Neko again here. Tugi's drought counter seems to be acting up a little bit, so disregard it. Tugi isn't infinitely in a 22-piece drought. No need to worry about that. Neko 117, Tugi 98, so Neko leading by just under a Tetris here. And just a quick word, how is everybody doing on this Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is for you? Could be Sunday, for all I know. That's how large our world is. Neko with a tuck of the L piece. Had that double well set up. Now gets another long bar slid in there. And another long bar will get the Tetris for Neko to go to 185. Tugi 166. Pretty good. That's good, Vicebot. That is good. It's always good when someone's pretty good. Tetris for Neko, and an adjustment of the glove, it looks like, in the middle of that Tetris. 231 for Neko, 212 for Tugi, 19,000 point gap. And another Tetris for Neko to go to 254. And another Tetris. So both players now separated by just under 2 Tetrises here. Neko is Tetris ready. There's the long bar Tetris for Neko here. Tsugi not going to be able to use that long bar for the Tetris, but now has the well open and is Tetris ready. And there it is, Tetris for Tsugi. 300,000 for Neko, 260 for Tsugi. As Neko scores another Tetris there. Tetris for Tsugi has the Vit set up, gets the tuck with the L piece instead. Now has a tuck with another L piece set up, gets that tuck, and that sets up the Tetris, which Tsugi will get to go to 307. Neko still holding on to that 2 Tetris lead, now almost 3 Tetris lead on 369, Tsugi 308. Tetris for Neko, Tetris for Tsugi. Both players now over 70 lines into level 18. Level 19 transitions come at line 130. So still quite a ways to go, and plenty of time for these players to score as many points as they can for level 19. Granted, both of them are rollers, so level 19 isn't necessarily going to be a major problem, but can slip up even the best of players, so we will wait and see. Neko with a hole in the stack. Tsugi with some clutter on the well. Gets it back open with that double. Tetris ready. And there's the long bar. Tetris for Tsugi. And another Tetris for Tsugi there. Now up to 448. Neko 463. Still holding the lead here. Tetris to go to 487. So still holding that about 1 3/4 lead here. 1 3/4 Tetris, that being. Also, don't forget, we have a Matcherino link, so that if you guys want to contribute to the prize pool come the end of the season, so that the best players can get the most compensation possible for their troubles. Not saying that the league itself is a trouble, but it is a grueling season, a lot of matches to play, and by the end of it, these players deserve to get some prizes at the end of it. So if you want to contribute to that, then the Matcherino link is there. You can use the command !Matcherino to access it and put in anything that you feel is fair. Of course, if you're unable to, then feel free to spread the word as well. Always appreciated. 583 for Neko, 523 for Tsugi. So Neko ahead by about 2.5 Tetrises here. Tetris for Tsugi to go to 547. Neko with the Tetris to go to 606. 10 lines to go for both these players until transition. And this is fantastic play from both these players. An 86% Tetris rate for Neko specifically. Neko gets the Vits, and that sets up the Tetris, which Neko will get, going up to 652. This could be a 670 transition if Neko plays his cards right. Tsugi transitions on 580, which is great on its own. And there it is, 676 for Neko there, going into level 19. Monster score. And a monster Tetris there for Neko to go to 725. Tsugi 610. And the board isn't looking the best here. Is down low on the stack, so won't be in too much trouble to get this down, but Tsugi won't be in scoring position for a while, but neither will Neko, as Neko now is in slightly less of a troublesome board, but still a board that won't be able to score Tetrises either way. Neko gets a long par dependency exposed in column 3, gets it filled in, and that cleans up the board. Neko is Tetris ready and scores the Tetris to go to 761, still holding an 82% Tetris rate here. Tsugi is on 619 and is looking to try to get this board down a little bit. Some nice doubles and triples there will do the job. And a nice placement of that T-piece helps to get the board more organized for that dig, and Tsugi is almost done here. Meanwhile, Neko has to cover the well here, takes a double, and puts that T-piece on the left to open back up the well. Neko is Tetris ready, and scores the Tetris up to 799. Tsugi 638. Neko holding a 5, now 6 Tetris lead here. 188,000 points. Tsugi is going to have to play pretty aggressively here to try to catch up, but Neko is not slowing down and gets another Tetris to go to 862. Tugi 642, 220,000 point lead here for Neko. And another Tetris now for Neko to go to 892 on level 24. Tugi 704. Of course, it's not going to be nearly over yet for Tugi, but we'll still have to play pretty aggressively here from here on out to try to catch up here. We'll have to capitalize on any sort of board trouble that Neko has, but Neko is still playing relentlessly here. 930 for Neko, 739 for Tugi. Both players are Tetris ready, and it's going to be a Tetris for Tugi. Neko in a little bit of a drought here, actually, waiting for that long bar to drop down. And it does come after 15 pieces. Tetris for Neko, 969. Tugi, 806. Tugi is Tetris ready, so is Neko. Tetris for Neko, max out on level 26. 1,003,000 to Tugi, who's on 842. Tetris for Neko to go to 1.03. Tetris for Tugi, 876. Both players now on level 27. Both with clean boards. Another Tetris for Neko to go to level 28. Has crossed the 1.1 mark now. Five Tetris lead now. Another Tetris for Neko. Level 29 will be arriving here. Neko can still get 2 Tetrises before that to get as high of a score as possible. Neko takes a couple burns, and with that Tetris will go to level 29 on 1.17, and a perfect clear for Neko in level 29. There it is. That is, I think, maybe the first time I've seen that while commentating. Tetris for Neko to go to 1.25. Tugi max out 1.06. Neko now set up for a Tetris in column 4. Gets that center well Tetris done. Tetris for Tugi as well to go to 1.1. But Neko still surging ahead at 1.298. Tetris for Neko to go to 1.34 now. Still a 5.5 Tetris lead here. Tugi still keeping the board clean, but so is Neko. And this is incredible post stacking here for Neko here. Still on 1.394. Tugi 1.17. Tetris for Neko